So it's actually like in the afternoon now, but we did go to the bins this morning. Even though we did our all-day bins trip on Wednesday, it was not enough. We went yesterday. We didn't do a video, but we went this morning. We were a few minutes late getting there, so we did not do an intro. But we went in. We were there for how long were we there for?
2 hours.
How'd it go?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Not fantastic, but pretty good. After 3 days this week, it takes me 3 days to get enough inventory to provide my lister with. Now, does that mean I'm selling what I'm listing? Not yet. I am buying way more than I'm selling throughout the week right now, but if you pan over to the dining room right now, that's the stuff from the last 2 weeks that needs to be put away. It's
a lot.
All listed.
But also, so it's Saturday. This is probably going to come out Monday. It's Saturday, and they were not very well staffed at the bins, and the new manager was not there, so things were going super slow. So that was kind of a bummer, but we still found some good stuff.
They had 3 rotations in the 2 hours we were there.
Yeah, but like the first rotation didn't happen for over an hour, which was really annoying. But it was fine. Whatever. So we're going to get into our haul in just a little bit, but first, let's go have lunch. It's 5 million degrees outside. All right, it's 11:30. Yesterday, I posted a little guide to tacos around Las Vegas on the Boss Reseller Remix Instagram for people coming to the event in October. And we realized that we hadn't been to Taco y Hot Dog Sonora in quite a while. Mm-hmm. So what are we doing now?
Heading there.
Who else is going to be there?
Batman and Robin.
Oh yeah, Batman and Robin, otherwise known as Angel and Crystal. So we're going to go do that, and we're going to show you guys what it's all about, because it's friggin' awesome.
Sure.
So we are here at Taco y Hot Dog Sonora, North Las Vegas, on Las Vegas Boulevard. Little tiny hole in the wall, family owned. We've got Angel and Crystal here with us to try it for the very first time. This is close to where you live, isn't it?
No.
No? I don't know. Anyway, we're here. We're going to check it out. It's super awesome. We love it. Here we go.
It's a Mexican dirt dog.
Yeah, way better than dirt dog. Here we are. Delicious food. What did you get?
Carne asada fries.
Oh, yeah. And Vicky, and Crystal, and myself all got the same thing. The momia, which is, hold on, hot dog wrapped in bacon, wrapped in tortilla, in a hot dog bun with beans and meat and cheese and all kinds of delicious, awesome stuff. And then these are called Doritos. They're peppers also wrapped in bacon and other kinds of good, delicious stuff. But man, it's so good. We're very, very full. What's the verdict, guys?
Thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
Will you come back?
Absolutely.
Will you bring others?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Sure.
That sounded less convincing.
Crystal's like, Crystal says, I hate everyone. I will not share it with anyone. All right. We're going to try things a little differently this time. First of all, we're not going to show every single piece because I think you and I both got some pretty mediocre stuff. You know, bread and butter. We don't need to show you every piece, although I know some of you would like us to. But we're going to try this where we do it together. We each show, we're going to go back and forth, one piece, and we're doing like our top 10 pieces for the day at the bins today. Why don't you start?
Oh, okay. Okay, so this was a brand that I wasn't aware of. They pulled out one of the totes, one of the bins, and it had a bunch of vintage ties in it. And I don't normally pick up a tie unless it's a, Jerry Garcia or even the Donald Trump ties. They do still sell well, so I'll pick up a tie if it's going to sell for like $50 or more. But this one I picked up just because it was super bright and fun. And look at that, it looks like a stained glass window, right? Look at the cathedral stained glass. Well, so anyway, it's a Rush Limbaugh tie. Apparently he did a line of ties sometime in the 90s. Not a fan of the person, but whatever. He did now, it doesn't matter. Anyway, some of his ties sell for like $50 or more. So this particular one last sold for about $50. So, I mean, worth picking up. They've got these bright, colorful designs. So just keep an eye out. This is the signature. I had no idea that's what it was. I had to look it up because you really can't tell that that's who it is. Unless you know his signature. It's a really cool tie. So yeah. I like it.
All right, the first one I'm going to show is actually what I picked up yesterday, and I did show it during our Friday, No Pants Friday After Dark show. But I figure probably plenty of you that are gonna watch this pre-recorded video maybe didn't catch it. So this is like the one piece I got yesterday that I thought was really cool. At first I just thought it was funny because it's a Pornhub Christmas sweater. You know, you see all those Christmas sweaters that are like for sports teams or Pabst Blue Ribbon beer and stuff like that. And they're usually not worth much. But when I found this, I thought to myself, you know, it's not like they had this selling at Walmart and they had like 1 million of them made. So I went and looked it up while I was still at the bins. And indeed, first of all, there's only one listed. I think it's listed for like $200. When I looked at solds, they pretty much all sold for $100 or more, with the highest one selling for $169.69.
Har.
So I should at the very least be able to get 100. I'll probably list it for 200 and see if I can do even better. But funny.
That's pretty funny. This is another, again, Bins Buy from today. This is just, again, bread and butter name and brand, but it's not frequent that you find it with the tag still. So this is Soft Surroundings. Not super old. These are probably from, you know, the last couple of years or so. I'll be able to try and look them up. They're just stretch, like capri, I don't know, pants. They're not leggings. They're more of like a chino material, but they're white with this pattern that's kind of shiny. It's like a rose gold pattern. Anyway, they're size medium, dead stock. I'll probably at least get like $40 for them. I used to do better with Soft Surroundings than I do now, so I don't always pick it up, but I still like it. It's good quality store and catalog wear for like, you know, middle-aged ladies.
You know that lady who did that video where she's like walking down and she's exercising in the park? You know what I'm talking about? What was it called? Like walkersizing, or do you know what I'm talking about?
Jazzercising.
But it was like a lady walking. I feel like
Yeah.
she would be the one. I think
She's gonna wear these pants?
she'd be wearing those pants.
They're not workout pants, though.
I don't care, but she's the kind of person that would wear those pants.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Good to know. All right.
All right, next up I have, so this sweatshirt definitely needs to be sweater shaped for reals. The brand is MacGyver. It doesn't say anything else on it. I would bet this is probably made in the USA. I would pretty much bet that it's made in the 80s.
Oh, it's 80s Sporting Goods Company.
Yeah, so you can see it's got lots of pilling, but a sweater shaver will definitely clean that up. And then it's got like this nylon strip that goes down the sleeves, and it's got this cool pattern on it too. Very 80s. And,
Fancy. Definitely
I love it.
Some sweater shaving.
I think once I do the sweater shaving and launder it, it's going to look very, very good compared to how it is now, and I should be able to get $40-50 for it.
So this is not about the brand. This is probably an 80s brand, Saison, but it's a nice beaded open front cardigan sweater that has like all of these pretty gold beads on it. It's Angora, so it's wool and Angora, so it's fuzzy. Couple little sweater shave issues that I'm gonna have to do on this, but the beading was really nice. And this is just kind of one of those staples. This type of thing always sells for the $30 or $40 range. I don't know, it's pretty cute.
That's a lot of sweater shaving you have to do this week.
I know, I'm not liking it. That's your thing, not mine.
Yeah. So these are shorts, jean shorts. They are Lee brand. You know, Lee isn't necessarily like a big money maker, but these are like carpenter shorts. Oh, and they got some staining on them. Hopefully I can wash that off, but they're carpenter shorts. They got the little loop so you can hang your hammer and still have the breeze blowing on your legs. So I don't know.
Hang your hammer?
Yeah, hang your. What do you mean? That's what that's for.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
Okay, so why is that funny?
Thought it was funny. I'm like,
You're out there with your jean shorts. You hang your hammer.
Hanging, you know, banging against your leg. I don't know.
How dare you? Anyway, these are like 90s. I don't know. I have no idea what they sell for. If I could get the staining out.
I don't know. I don't think I would have even picked those up.
Maybe,
so.
hopefully, like $30. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Sometimes we're just.
She's like branching out into the wild world of the unknown. Not just pants, shorts. I don't know what's happening. Speaking of the wild world or wild west, I've got a lot of things I need to trim on this.
Dingly danglies.
It's a lot of, yeah. Anyway, this is always a brand to pick up. I know I've talked about it before. Lots of people have. So the brand is called Scully. It's high-end Western wear. This is a women's Western blouse with a suede yoke and these stars and fringe and
look at the pearl snaps on
pearl
this.
snaps are like
They're
fancy.
square. They're diamonds.
It's all kinds of funky. It's got like all these doohickeys on them. Anyway, it's women's. Scully's been around for a long time. I don't know that this one is actually even vintage. It may or may not be. I'll take a quick look, but the nautical star thing leads me to believe it's not super old. The star thing was kind of a little bit more like 90s, 2000s. Either way, it doesn't matter. Really, really cool. The fringe is like, needs to be trimmed as it's like pulled in a couple places, but no big deal. I should get like 75 bucks for this shirt. This is one of my nicer things I got today.
Do you think somebody's gonna wear this and then go, yeah?
Oh, God, I hope not.
Well, how dare you? How dare you? All right, next up for me, let's bust out some Christmas stuff. This has some staining. I do think I can wash this out just because I can see it's on the actual print too. I hope so. It's on this 90s Hanes tag, but it is a super rad Christmas sweatshirt. Got to get stocked up for Christmas. But yeah, it's got like a bunch of staining right here, so I'm really hoping that I can treat that. I'll treat it, I'll wash it, and then I'll actually soak it in bleach, and then it'll get washed again. That's kind of like my my formula for the whites. But it's so cute. It's got Frosty the Snowman. It's got Christmas tree. It's got its little Christmas village. How dare you love Christmas? Sell that for $5,000.
All right.
Or 30.
All right, I've talked about this brand before. The brand is called ModCloth. It's basically a women's clothing brand. They're mostly online. I don't believe they have any physical locations, but they sell a lot of like funky, retro looking, fun things and designs. In fact, I actually bought Katy a sweater from there a couple of years ago. It's a Christmas sweater, has dinosaurs. You may have seen it, she loves it. Anyway, this is along the same vein. This actually was on a rack somewhere at the Goodwill, and it's dated April of this year. So
they have the red tag, which means they thought they should charge a lot for it.
And they did. They charged $15 for it, which I wouldn't pay. But it's this big oversized grandpa cardigan sweater with the shawl collar. But look, it's got fun little squirrels on it. Anyway, this is a very large size. It's a plus size. I think it's 3X or 4X even. 3X. So I like that. It's oversized. And it's fun and kitschy looking. So even though it's not vintage, it is kind of marketed toward the people that love to wear like retro clothing and pinup style clothing. So I think I can get like $40 to $50 for it. There's only a couple listed.
Nice. All right, next up I got a couple of polos today. This particular polo, I like getting country club stuff. I get country club like sweatshirts and t-shirts and stuff. This is a Beverly Hills Country Club. So even fancier, Beverly Hills Country Club, all embroidered there. It's on this Vantage tag. So, but it's really nice quality. And of any country clubs, I mean, come on, Beverly Hills Country Club. That sounds so fancy. Who wouldn't want to buy this polo? But I mean, I could probably get like $40, $50 for it.
I mean, it's nothing like the Beverly Hills Country Club that you had one before that was old and cool.
No, that was like super cool.
Okay, so this is one that I'm always going to pick up. We talk about Rain Spooner and things like that, and sometimes the Tommy Bahama, especially like the really nice embroidered and enhanced shirts. This is Tori Richard, or Tori Richard, whichever way you want to say it. Always worth picking up. Even the more modern and current stuff, you can still get $25 or $30 for. This is silk. It is made in the USA. So this one's older. This is probably 80s to 90s. And it's just a regular medium-sized Hawaiian shirt. And I will sell it for like $40. I mean, it's very lightweight. They cost like 50 cents at the bins.
All right, next up, I actually have a tote bag. Now, they stopped putting out linens, as we've said before. And it used to be the bins that had linens. That's where they put purses and tote bags and stuff like that.
Ties and belts.
And now it seems like that stuff's kind of it's like it's sort of showing up here and there in the other bins. I don't know. A little bit. So I found this tote bag. It's super rad. It says no show 93. Now I'm going to go ahead and assume, based on, you can see like this kind of computer, whatever those things are called, circuitry. I'm going to guess this was some sort of like sciencey technology like conference or something like that. I haven't looked it up or anything. But no show. What are you looking at?
I was looking to see if it was a tag.
Oh.
It was made for a marketing company.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure it was some kind of...
Yeah, it's some from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Anyway, it's probably some sort of technology conference. And I've been getting into the old tote bag game too. Speaking of branching out and getting crazy. So...
Well, we do have CES here, which is the largest technology conference in the country, is held here in Las Vegas every year. So that's very likely that it came from something like that. This is vintage 80s sweater. Brand is not really important. It's Karen Scott. It's got some shoulder pads, but it's a Christmas sweater too. Look at the doggy.
He's so cute.
It's got like a terrier kind of scruffy thing. I don't know. He probably needs some sweater shaving too. Not thrilled about that crap, guys. I gotta tell you.
So much sweater shaving going on.
So much. But that's a staple, like novelty sweater, Christmas sweater. That's like a $40 sale.
Yeah. All right, next up, guys. I got some more shorts. This time I got swim shorts. These are, the brand is Jansen, made in Taiwan, ROC. These are probably 80s. You can see the tag right there. It's got the paper tag underneath. Now, one thing I will say, you can hear it, listen, the elastic that's inside it is pretty much shot. However, that's not too big of a deal because they also have a drawstring. So
yeah, so stretch the elastic out all the way so that
right,
you
and
don't
so
have that noise anymore.
Yep, exactly.
And then just sell it just as
Yep,
is
and then
with
it just
the
has the drawstring so they can tighten them up. But what's awesome about these is they're all over print. They got a little surfer dude and they got sharks on there. So it's super cute.
Shark
It's
Week.
super cute.
Wasn't Shark Week like last week? You missed it.
Oh, I just realized, look at this one. This one, the shark actually bit the butt right off of his swim trunks, so his bare butt's sticking out. Look at it.
Oh,
Anyway, super cute. I don't know what I'll sell these for. What, 40 bucks?
yeah, that's what I would say, about $40.
Okay.
So this is a brand that used to be a little bit more popular, and you'd want to pick it up for resale. In fact, I used to buy at their outlet to resell sometimes. That's not really the case anymore. It is one of the brands that's definitely cheapened, but Vineyard Vines. I got this because it was a sweater, and you don't run across a lot of sweaters. It's usually shorts or like polo shirts and stuff, and like long sleeve t-shirts. But I got this because it's got the cute little Vineyard Vine whales, but they have a little colors, and I think they're boating symbols,
They're all different patterns.
like
or
flags. Or, yeah, they kind of look like flags, but not entirely. So that's why I was thinking maybe boating symbols, because Vineyard Vines is kind of like a boating a company. Anyway, I just thought it was cute. I don't think it's going to make me a fortune or anything, but I do think I can get a solid $40 out of it.
Nice. All right, next up, so now like we have told you, they got rid of the linens, and the side of the bins that had the linens had a whole extra row on the side that went back, and now they're just doing all clothing there. But here's the thing, we're all supposed to stand behind this red line, but on that particular side, when they put those first couple of bins there, they're actually on the other side of the red line, so they're especially easy for people sneakily picking things. And as much as we complain about the people who go out in front and start grabbing stuff, you know what? I finally was like, I'm joining the game, okay?
I'm gonna be
I'm
one
not
of
gonna
them.
say I'm gonna be one of them. I mean, I'm a little more subtle about it, but the bin is like kind of, like I said, it's behind where people are supposed to even be standing, so you can kind of stand there and like look in there without being one of the jackasses that goes out in front, right in front of everybody and starts grabbing stuff. So I saw there were a bunch of polo shirts, and for the most part, nothing exciting, but I did see, oh wow, there's one that's got really bright colorful stripes on it, and I turned it around and bam, 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 vintage polo, Ralph Lauren. I've been saying that striped polos are the ones that are selling for me the best right now. The solid ones don't really seem to be moving.
It's kind of like a bright, fun, rainbow-y one, but like off colors. Like
Yes.
you've got like the neon colors with.
And then the polo dude is orange, so it's really cool. I mean, I should be able to get at least $50 for this one. But yeah, so I totally broke the law, broke the rules, and I went.
Breaking the law.
I went yoink before they even brought everything out. I actually had this in my cart.
She's rotten. She's breaking the rules. Okay, so this is a brand that most people recognize, DVF, Diane von Furstenberg. Diane von Furstenberg is mostly known for what I'm going to show right here, which is the wrap dress, specifically the silk wrap dresses that are all one piece. This is what one of these is. I always pick up DVF. It's not always worth a ton for resale in general, but the wrap dresses are staples, and they are highly sought after. So if you take a look at Diane von Furstenberg or even DVF silk wrap dress, depending on what decade it's from, you can get a couple of $100 down to probably the least expensive, or the least you're going to get is like $65 to $75. This is fairly modern. This is one here. It's black with gold, kind of like a goldish beige pattern on it.
It's a really cool pattern.
It's a cool pattern. It's not a very long one. This is like a midi dress, so it would be like right below the knee. It is silk, 100% silk, and it is a wrap dress. It's size 4. The bigger sizes, of course, will sell a little bit better, but this should still sell well. I'm not going to have it dry cleaned or wash it because it is silk, but it doesn't feel bad. What you'll find is this is newer because it has the hologram tag on it and everything. So anyway, it's 100% authentic, but I'll probably get like $100 for it maybe.
All right, you guys know how I feel about my ski stuff, and anytime I find something ski related, it makes me very, very happy. So this is, it's not like an insulated ski jacket, it's more of, it's a little heavier than a windbreaker, but it's not like a parka.
Not much heavier.
Yeah, not much heavier. It's more like it's double layered windbreaker. But here is the tag on it. It says Fahrenheit, and it's a pullover, and it has the roll-up hood. But
Inside the collar.
Roll-up hood inside the collar. But the best part is, of course, where it says Ski Brian Head, Utah, embroidered right there. Bam, bam, bam. So I was very happy. It's not like the most exciting ski jacket. It's not like the really cool one that I picked up and showed you guys the other day, but it's pretty exciting to me, and I love the colors, so I'm pretty happy. I'll probably list this at like 70. Hope to get 50 to 70.
That's cool.
So
this is vintage. This is probably 80s. This is just it's kind of like a hip length velvet swing jacket. So by swing jacket, I mean that it's very voluminous in the back. It doesn't hang straight. And then it has this big wide collar that goes down, and then it has big, like really, it's all velvet. It's got these big, huge buttons. Can you see? But this is probably early 80s. There's no tag for brand, but it does have the Union label. So it's probably 70s, early 80s. I can date it much more accurately once I investigate the tag a little bit better. But unfortunately, there's no brand on it. I wish there was. No issues. It has pockets, and it has kind of like a 3/4 sleeve. This is a really nice jacket to wear over a dress. And it's fully lined with like the 3/4 sleeve, like the lining coming down, and I don't know. It's a nice jacket. It's just really nice to wear over a fancy dress to go out in the winter. I wore something similar over my wedding dress.
very true. All right, last thing for me, guys, and this was actually given to me by Jesse. Jesse was there again this morning, and I'm guessing he just decided he didn't want to pay for it because it's really heavy, and he probably just didn't want to have to deal with such a big piece. But I'm going to go ahead and say this is probably, would you say 80s or earlier? Probably 80s.
Might be earlier.
Super, I'll have to do a little research, but at the very least it's 80s or earlier. Super beat up, super worn in motorcycle jacket, leather motorcycle jacket. It's got,
It's broken in.
it's broken in. It's got the, I don't know what you call that.
The belt, like the corset.
The corset lace-ups on the sides. It is leather. It smells like an old biker jacket.
It smells like an old leather jacket.
It's size, I think that's an 8, not a 0, right?
Yeah, size 48.
Size 48, so it's a good
size.
It's a good size.
Medium to large.
But yeah, super beat up, which is totally fine without having any actual like flaws.
Yeah, no.
So I don't know. I mean, at minimum 100. They'll probably price it like 200.
Yeah.
So, but it's heavy. It probably weighs like a good 7-8 pounds. So it probably cost me like $15.
It's a nice jacket though.
Yeah.
People like the whole broken in look without having to break it in themselves.
Yeah. You don't want to look like a dude with a midlife crisis going on.
That I
and you
just
went
bought
out,
my leather jacket.
bought your brand new
like,
leather jacket that you can barely move in, get on your like brand new shiny crotch rocket. Like you gotta look like you've been doing it for a while.
Yeah. All right, so last for me I just picked up a couple pairs of shoes, and I'm gonna talk about those a little bit. One is these are a nice, just a basic satin high heel pump, and you can see that it's that nice satin. It's probably like a silk fabric or satin, but it's Yves Saint Laurent.
Oh.
So they are vintage, made in Italy. All markers point to authentic. I'm not really concerned with that part. What surprised me actually is the fact that they don't sell for very much. I did take a quick look when I got home. I would have picked these up and normally thought I would list these for at least $100, being designer, a basic black pump that's kind of timeless, all that kind of thing. It has the nice little platform. I'd say these are probably 90s, early 80s. In any case, I don't think I'll maybe get $50 for them. So I'm kind of shocked by that. I didn't pay much because they're not heavy, but yeah, I figured they'd be more. Clothing definitely holds its value a little bit better, the YSL clothing, than the shoes do. So just a little tip out there, I guess. And then the other shoes that I got, I actually had to have Katie look inside these for me because there was no brand on the bottom, and they're usually when you get boots, the brand is somewhere in the top here, so you can actually just peek in and see the side. they're so big, I could not see all the way down to the inside of the footbed, which is where it was.
It's printed on the inside sole, and it's like a wobbly, you know, it's not a
You can't unzip it. You can't, yeah, it's very hard to get into. In any case, these are 90s. They're vintage 90s. They're suede, and they have the point up here, like 90s, maybe even 80s. You can see they've got this little, they've got an angle, so they go up to like, I don't know, over the calf, but just under the knee. And then they've got some beading on the back. But what I like about them is that the brand is called New York Transit, NY Transit, TRANSIT. And they kind of were a little bit of a punk style. So they're not going to sell for a ton, but I think I can get 75 bucks for them. They're nice, thick, well-made suede boots in good shape.
Very nice.
That's it. I mean, I spent $60 today. I will say I had 3 things that I spent probably $5 a piece on that I had to chuck. I did not look well enough. I bought 3 pairs of I bought 3 pairs of Lane Bryant jeans, plus size clothing. Sells well. Torrid and Lane Bryant sells well. It's bread and butter. I would get it all day long. However, I did not look at the jeans first. They looked nice and clean, and they were folded nicely, and they clearly came from all the same person. So I just grabbed them and threw them in my cart. Unfortunately, they have like thigh rub, so they're all worn in the crotch area with the thighs and
somebody has a problem with blowing out their crotch every time, apparently.
It happens when you have big thighs.
So
they
on
rub together.
jeans, I've done the same
Check
thing.
on jeans. Listen,
Especially the crotch.
Yeah, if they're for a bigger size, you definitely want to check the thigh rub on jeans. I'm sure most of you know that. I made the mistake, so I've got $15 worth of crap I'm just going to throw away because they're obviously not worth selling or listing. So I really should have spent about $55 today.
Yeah, and I spent about 33. I think I had 17 pounds, so not too shabby. And between all 3 visits that we did this week, I think I'm pretty well set. Of course, we're leaving day after tomorrow. Like I said, this is Saturday. We're leaving Monday to go to California for a few days. So I honestly don't know if I'm going to get a whole lot done this next week. But overall, I feel pretty good about what we got. But guys, we did this video a little bit differently. Let us know what you think how this one went compared to when it was each of us doing a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I kind of like the banter. It does make it a little more fun and a little more entertaining. We don't need to show every piece that we got. The stuff I didn't show you from today, it wasn't anything exciting. You really weren't missing out on anything.
Right.
I don't know. What do you think?
Same. I mean, I can go either way, whether you want to see everything and have us do it separately, or you want to have us do this together and we just highlight our top 20, 25 items.
I like to think when we're
way.
together, we're quite hilarious.
I think that's pushing it.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you soon. Bye.